everybody, welcome back. I'm watching TikToks until I find the world's worst Bridezilla. Join me, let's hang out.
The story time of the worst bride that I've ever encountered. I'm a wedding videographer, if you don't know me. This bride kept asking for add-ons and discounts and like impossible things like, I don't really like your editing style, so could you change it to fit so-and-so's editing style?
Well then go and hire so-and-so. If you don't like somebody's editing style, hire the person that you like. Sorry, just needed to get that out there. Why are you hiring an artist if you don't like their style?
To which I reply, did you check with so-and-so to see if they were available for your wedding day? To which she replied, they were just a little out of our budget, so we thought we could make it work with you.
Yeah.
Lady, I'm married. Stop talking dirty to me. And I don't mind the asking for the discounts. I don't really mind the question. I minded the way she asked it. I minded her. Anyway, we reached a compromise. I drafted up a contract and a deposit invoice and I sent it to her and crickets. And then I followed up a few more times and crickets. And then later on, I saw her post on a Facebook bridal group that we were both part of that she was looking for videographer recommendations. So I was like, okay, she doesn't want to hire me. She's too awkward to let me know. So I just dodged that bullet. But the day of her wedding, months after we had had any kind of communication, she calls me up, irate, asking me, where are you? It's my wedding day. Why are you not here?
Are you
never signed the
kidding
contract.
me?
You never paid the deposit. You didn't answer any of my emails. And she said, why would I pay a deposit or pay you anything before you actually showed up to do the job?
I'll tell you why they do this. It is because wedding season is very, very short. There are only so many dates available. If you don't pay a deposit, it means that you are not securing that contractor for the job. You pay deposits for a lot of things. You pay deposits for wedding venues, for caterers. You are paying for that slot so that this person knows, okay, this is for sure happening.
Oh my God, okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
And if they back out, then at least I didn't block off an entire day that I could have been making money. I still get 50% of my fee for that day. That's why they ask for deposits.
With all the composure and couth that the great Lord above bestowed upon me at that very moment, I was able to reiterate my deposit policy and informed her that I had already booked another wedding, so me showing up was an impossibility. She hung up on me. So the moral of the story and my tip is this: have very clear communication with your vendors. Don't assume anything, get everything in writing, and deposits are a thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, and don't ask videographers or photographers to change their editing style. Hire someone who has a portfolio you like, and just don't be that person.
Don't be surprised if you don't sign a contract, you don't give a deposit, that a videographer does not show up to shoot your wedding. She probably looked at this photographer's editing style and was like, wow, this looks amazing. And guess what? That type of editing that you love so much, that probably takes a lot of time and probably a lot of skill and probably a lot of, subscriptions to things like editing services.
I like this one.
All those things cost money. So when you're looking at a style that you like, it's expensive for a reason. If you want to go for a videographer that does it for less, don't expect the same level of quality as someone who does it for more. It's possible to find one, but don't expect it.
This is the way.
Sorry, I get so passionate about shit like this. This is why Charlotte is not a photographer anymore. Get everything in writing, like the contract she failed to sign. Glad you dodged that one. Yeah, it's not only to protect the vendors, it's also there to protect you.
Did you know that you have rights?
It's there to just make sure that everybody understands that this is what's going down. This is what is in the contract. It is what is expected of me. It is what is expected of you. Contracts are there to protect both parties if they're a good contract.
Mutually beneficial arrangement.
Let's do a get ready with me and talk about the worst and most expensive wedding I've ever been a part of. And no, it wasn't expensive because it was really nice. It was expensive because the bride wanted her bridesmaids to pay for everything. I've been in, I think, 11 weddings now, and I've been maid of honor 4 out of those 11 times. So I'm no stranger to the occasional Bridezilla moment. This was something special. This was also before I knew how to put up boundaries with myself and say no to people, and so that also played a big factor in it.
So you're a recovering people pleaser, I see. Same here. We gotta set the boundaries, babes. I know it's hard. I know we like pleasing everybody, but boundaries. Let's worry about pleasing ourselves, okay?
Whatever you say.
Just as much as everybody else. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I absolutely wish that I had just told her, no, I don't want to be a bridesmaid, but I truly didn't know how bad it was until I was. This girl was your classic mean girl, like in real life, so I really shouldn't have been surprised, but it still just completely threw me off guard. It started before her now husband even proposed. I had been dating my now husband for a little bit longer than she had, like been dating her now husband, and we had been talking really seriously about marriage. I was getting really excited about the dress. I found the dress I wanted and I was so excited about it. I told her about it and she was like, oh my gosh, I want to see it. I pulled it up on my phone and I was like, yeah, I just like, I know it's simple, but I really love it. The look she gave me, she literally did the whole, well, I guess that's good for you, but I would never want something like that.
The nerve.
The lace just looks like so grandma-y, and like, I just would never want something like that. I was a little hurt by that, but I was like, you know what? I don't care. Like, that's fine. Everyone just has their own style. No biggie. Plus, again, I didn't know how to put up boundaries for myself, and so I was used to mean people like this just being allowed to treat me like that.
I'm not hurt. I'm all right.
So her boyfriend had not yet proposed, but she was like, I'm ready to get the dress. I don't even care. I want to go dress shopping. And I was like, okay, I think that's weird, but like, have fun. Let me know what you get. Later that day, she's like, oh my gosh, I got my dress. Do you want to see it? Yeah, of course. Remember the dress that I loved that she called matronly and thought it was so ugly? She bought that dress.
Stop!
I was stunned. I was like, oh, I didn't think you liked this.
What?
She's like, yeah, no, I've never really liked that style, but gosh, when I tried this on, it just looked so good on me. I like didn't know what to say, so I just like kept quiet and was like, okay, well, I'm really happy for you. And secretly, I was just like really hurt because I was like, oh, I feel like I can't get that dress now. Her boyfriend finally proposes, and this is where things start getting really great. My husband now and myself were really close to this guy for years, and so we were so excited for him. We had our concerns, but he seemed really happy. So when they asked us both to be in their bridal party, we were thrilled.
Oh, brother.
Oh God, I already hate her. I hate her! Ah! For the record, if your friend expresses that she likes something and she wants something, especially if it's a dude, if it's a dress, if it's a purse or something, it's totally fine for you guys to own the same things. But like, maybe talk to your friend first. Is that a bit much? Is that a bit much, Charlotte? It is. But I am a bit much though, so I'm a lot actually. Tell me honestly, okay, if you tell your friend that you really, really, really like a dress and she says,
Oh, that's so ugly. Oh, I hate that. Oh, God.
and then she goes and buys that dress before you can, wears it before you do, that wouldn't piss you off just a little bit? That wouldn't upset you? You're lying. You're lying to me.
Starts talking to me about the date, and she's like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what date we should have. And she asks me, like, do you have a date in mind? Because again, my boyfriend and I were talking pretty seriously about getting married. I mentioned that June either 21st or 22nd was probably going to be our date.
No, she took your
wanted
date.
to get married in June because
She
of
took your
Seven Brides
date.
for Seven Brothers, and June 21st, 22nd is when we started dating, when we were in high school together, and I just thought that would be really sweet. Again, she kind of mocks the decision and says, oh wow, yeah, I would never want to get married in June, just I feel like it'll be too hot, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I totally understand. You should pick whatever date you feel most comfortable with. We get our invites, and lo and behold, June 22nd. And super weird, and I don't know how to stick up for myself, so I was just like, okay, this is great. The dresses she wanted us all to buy, like, I don't mind paying for my own bridesmaid dress because they were more expensive than pretty much any other bridesmaid's dress I've ever bought. And they were giving everybody rashes, which her future sister-in-laws mentioned, like, hey, this might not be the greatest thing, like, we've tried it on and gave us a rash. She doesn't budge and said it's fine, everyone still get them. So then I just ask her about hair and makeup and like what, you know, if she has an idea for like hair or if she cares, whatever. She literally said, I want everyone to have their hair up because I want to have the prettiest hair on my wedding day. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's okay. But she kept harping on that, like she didn't want anyone to look beautiful on her wedding day, and I was like, okay. Then the bridal shower comes around and she sends out this message to all of us saying, guys, I really don't understand why you haven't pitched in for this. I was like, oh, I didn't know we were supposed to. She created this whole sob story where she was having to pay for everything herself, and we're like, oh my gosh, yeah, of course, like we'll do whatever we can. Come to find out, her in-laws paid for the whole thing. They like threw her this amazing bridal shower, paid for all the food, all the decorations, all of the favors, all of the games, all of it. And I was like, I'm so confused why we like pitched in for this.
You lying.
So then she sends out another message saying like, guys, I'm having to pay for all of the wedding stuff myself. I can't afford any of it. By this point, I'm wising up and I'm like, and also I'm running out of money. So I was like, hey, like, I'm so sorry. I don't have anything more I can give you. She was pissed, but like, I didn't know what else to do. Found out later she used all that money to just go on a little mini shopping spree for herself.
Okay, this one is triggering me. Like, I'm triggered. I just feel like she's hella jealous of you, babes, because you're gorgeous. Either she can't think for herself and she relies heavily on your opinion, or she's literally taking your dress idea, your wedding date, to be spiteful. Either way, I don't love this.
Bridesmaids have paid for our entire outfits. We've paid now for her bridal shower, and now we've even paid for part of her wedding. None of which actually went to those things. She just wanted to be able to shop. Tells us up front that she expects us to have multiple presents for her bachelorette party, and so I'll provide food. I did, because I didn't know what else to do. So by this point, I've already spent way more than I ever had for any other wedding and any wedding since. The bachelorette party, like the week before, she says, oh, by the way, everyone needs to pay to get their hair and makeup done. I was like, I literally can't pay for that.
I'm out of here, okay? I'm out of
I
here.
wanted very specific nails, hair, makeup, outfits. But I was like, look, I promise, like, my hair will still be up. Like, I can do everything you want me to do.
Everything? Everything.
The whole time getting ready the day of the wedding, she was just like in such a pissy mood. You'd never think this was her wedding day. You'd think she was like going off to war or something. June 22nd. The middle of the afternoon, so hot. It was an outdoor wedding, and it was about a 2.5-hour ceremony. No shade or fans or anything. It was really rough. And this is where I personally think it just gets funny. This one I'm like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. We see one of her bridesmaids, I think it was her cousin, starting to like sway back and forth. And everyone's like, oh my God, like she's about to pass out. Some people who are in the front row, super smart, they're like, hey hun, like come sit down really quick, it'll be fine. This girl turns around in the middle of the ceremony and glares at her like the worst glare I've ever seen. We were all ready to pass out by the end of this. It was so uncomfortable. But afterwards, when we walk back, the bride literally pulls her cousin aside and starts screaming at her, talking about how she ruined her wedding. Why couldn't you just keep it together? This is my day. And I was like, I just can't anymore. Like, this is ridiculous. The toasts were really satisfying because it was so petty, dude. All the speeches were like, groom, like you have made such an impact in my life. I'm so happy for you. Thank you for being the person you are. Then they'd be like, and bride, well, I never really got along with you, but this guy's really great, so I hope you treat him well. It's like all of them were like, side note, I got so many compliments on my hair that day. I was like, yes, I did it myself. All the bridesmaids were like, yeah, we kind of wish you had done our hair too. It was just, it was crazy. I don't talk to her anymore. Hopefully she's chilled out and whatever. Fortunately, I still love weddings, so that didn't dampen it for me.
All right, we gotta chat. Come here, closer. I know you're a people pleaser. I know you like to make everybody happy.
Who, me?
But the thing is, when you try to people please people who take advantage of you, you are not pleasing yourself. You are putting others' needs before your own mental health. Be prepared when you recover from the people pleasing disease that you will lose friends. Your circle will miraculously get smaller because you have started to have boundaries. But just remember, the people that have a problem pushing your boundaries are not your friends. So as long as you're fine with cutting out the people that hurt you and take advantage of you, let's go down our path of people-pleasing recovery. It's a journey, really, but we'll get there eventually. That one was pretty bad, especially because this girl was so unbelievably lovely. I can relate to her a lot. I definitely understand where she's coming from, but we're just getting started, baby. We ain't finished yet. Listen, I know y'all hate videos of people doing makeup and explaining things, but like this seems to be like the norm on TikTok.
Really don't care.
Story time on my worst bride ever. Hi, I'm Julie. I'm a South Florida makeup artist. So it all started when we were texting about the information for the wedding, and I already had a weird vibe because she was being super dry, and usually brides are super excited. She also messaged me 2 months before her wedding, and that is super last minute, but I was available, so I took it. Then about a week before the wedding, instead of 9 girls that she said that she only had 7, and I was like, okay, I'm still gonna block my entire day for that because that's a lot of glam. I think you can see where this is going. So I asked her for the address because she had never sent it to me, and this was the day before. Again, super dry. The day finally comes and I was bringing my assistant because I had a lot of glam and not so much time. She decided to let me know the day before that we only had 4 hours for 7 people.
No.
So I show up the day of, and I thought the directions were kind of self-explanatory because all she did was send me the address. So I get there, and I wasn't sure where the bridal suite or anything was, so I called her. I'm like, "Good morning, how are you?" She's like, "Good." Someone's almost there. And I was like, okay, maybe she's just tired, it's early in the morning. And then somebody shows up. It happened to be the bride, but I didn't know it was her. And when I tell you, she was literally just standing there. And I was like, "Hi, how are you? Do you know where the bridal suite is?" She's like, "I'm waiting for the key." I was like, okay. And I was ready to complain to the establishment because I thought she worked there. So then she follows us to the bridal suite and then just sits down in the chair. When I tell you, the room was silent. You could hear a pin drop, and I was like, okay. So I was like, "Oh, are you the bridesmaid? Are you the sister?" She's like, "I'm the bride." So my assistant and I look at each other and we're like, we're in for it today. So as we're setting up, she is literally just staring at us, and it was so silent. It was so awkward.
Oh,
So
God.
like, "Oh, can you put some music on?" to my assistant.
Oh, God. Listen, not everybody is bubbly, but it's your wedding day. Aren't you just a little bit happy? Did she not want to get married? I can't really understand why you wouldn't be excited to plan anything or talk to vendors or talk about your wedding unless you were not happy to get married.
Marriage is hard.
Everyone is saying maybe it could be an arranged marriage. Okay, that info was not shared, so we're not going to assume.
We were trying to make small talk, and she was just short answering us the entire time. Mind you, I'm used to having a million girls in a room. They're like, "You want some champagne? You want this? You want that?" No, she was just like this. So anyways, I start to glam her, even though I like to do the bride towards the end. She didn't listen to any of my instructions, but oh well. Again, trying to make small talk. Nothing's there. It's literally me, my assistant, and her, and that's it. I was getting close to finishing her makeup, and I was like, okay, the next girl needs to come. We're on a time crunch. Like, I'm doing 7 girls, and I only have 4 hours. And then she goes, "Oh, don't worry. You're only doing 5 people." When I tell you, I definitely learned from this mistake. I didn't have a contract then, so
Oh, no,
yeah.
bestie.
And I was like, oh, I was expecting 7 people. That's why I brought my assistant.
Yeah, you
I
probably
still have
paid
to
her too.
pay her.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm expecting a certain amount of money here. Like, this is my job.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, whatever. I guess even if I had 5 people, it would take most of the day anyways. So the next person comes, it's fine. There's a little bit of a language barrier, which is fine, but they didn't even come with pictures, which made it super complicated because they were super picky at the same time. It's okay to be picky because I'm picky, but if you're picky and there's a language barrier, I need some kind of photo. So I end up doing the makeup. Everyone's kind of fine. They're just a little bit picky. And then I sit down and I'm waiting for the second to last person, as I thought. So as I'm waiting, and I'm waiting like 15 minutes, and I'm like, "Hey, we're on a time crunch. Where's the next person? I'm not going to be able to finish on time." And she goes, "Oh, you only have 1 person. So we're only doing 4 people today." The other girl decided to get her makeup done at the hair salon instead. When I tell you... You wanna fight? I tried not to flip a switch because I literally just wanted to get out of there. But then the one person that didn't want their makeup done was asking me to do winged liner and eyelashes, and no,
you're
unless
not
you're
paying
gonna pay
her.
me. This
Yeah.
is my job, J-O-B. The girl had a problem with paying, but anyways, the mom of the bride comes, again, language barrier, very picky, has a mirror in front of her face the entire time, is so picky, and criticizing everything in another language. And then I finished, and then I ran out of there and blocked all their numbers because...
I'm sorry, you could look at this girl. Look at her makeup. Look at her lashes. Look at her face. Seamless, gorgeous, gorgeous makeup. And you're gonna tell this girl how to do makeup? Look at those lashes! Give me those! Give me!
Your wish is granted.
Yep, that's why I make them pay an additional assistant fee and I make them pay half up front. I learned a long time ago too, boo. This is why they ask for half up front. Like this. You'd be surprised how many people don't really seem to respect the rules. Slide a little thing there, another expectation there, and then before you know it, you're doing it for free. All right, that last one was pretty bad. She was pretty bad, but I don't don't think she's the worst out there. I think we can keep going.
Okay, messy wedding TikTok, take me back. I have an update and I need you guys to appreciate this as much as I'm appreciating it right now. So if you saw my one viral TikTok that was like, I got demoted from maid of honor to bridesmaids, kicked out of the wedding and blocked and everything, this is an update. Oh my gosh. So her bachelorette party's this weekend and I just got sent a text that this is what's on her story.
Thankful for my friends who spent $1,000 to be at my batch and they got you balloons.
I am dead. And her friend, hang on. Her friend posted this too. I'm covering the name with my eye, but it said blank made us pay 1K LMFAO. Oh my gosh. So while I do find this hilarious, I have to say I'm slightly confused because you did switch locations and you did drive somewhere to save money on the flight cost, which was $400 to $500. So like you literally cut off $400 to $500. So yeah, you can make a joke because people aren't going to spend $1,000 because you switched locations. When I was in the wedding before you kicked me out, you were wanting to fly somewhere where flights were $400 to $500. Like you were asking people to spend that amount of money, and your joke is just invalid. Like because you switched locations, so you proved my point.
I think the Zilla in this girl's story was not the worst I've seen ever, but by far the worst I've seen today, which means we're just gonna have to keep looking. Subscribe!